Spain's history is one of the richest and most complex in Europe. Located at the crossroads of Europe, Africa, and the Mediterranean, the Iberian Peninsula has been shaped by migrations, conquests, religions, and empires for over 3,000 years. 1. Prehistoric and ancient Iberia. Human presence in Spain dates back to prehistoric times, as seen in the Atapuerca caves, some of the oldest human sites in Europe. By the first millennium BCE, the peninsula was inhabited by diverse tribes: Iberians in the east and south, Celts in the north and west, Celtiberians, a mix of both. From around 1100 BCE, Phoenicians established trading colonies like Cadiz. They were followed by Greeks who founded settlements along the Mediterranean coast. Later, Carthage expanded its control, using Spain as a base during its conflicts with Rome. 2. Roman Hispania, 218 BCE through 5th century CE. Rome invaded Spain in 218 BCE during the Second Punic War. After nearly 2 centuries of resistance, Rome fully conquered the peninsula, naming it Hispania. Roman rule deeply transformed Spain, built roads, aqueducts, cities, and ports, introduced Roman law and governance, spread Latin, which later evolved into Spanish and other regional languages, promoted Christianity. Spain produced important Roman figures, including Emperor Trajan, Hadrian, and philosopher Seneca. By the 4th century, Christianity had become dominant. 3. Visigothic Kingdom, 5th to 8th century. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Visigoths took control. They ruled from Toledo and established a Christian kingdom. However, Visigothic Spain was weakened by internal power struggles, poor administration, division between ruling elites and the population. These weaknesses made Spain vulnerable to invasion. 4. Muslim conquest and Al-Andalus, 711 CE to 1492 CE. In 711 CE, Muslim forces led by Tariq ibn Ziyad crossed from North Africa and defeated the Visigoths. Within a few years, most of the peninsula came under Islamic rule, known as Al-Andalus. Golden Age of Al-Andalus. From the 8th to the 11th centuries, Al-Andalus became one of the most advanced societies in Europe. Córdoba was a center of learning and culture. Advances in medicine, mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, flourishing architecture, Great Mosque of Córdoba, Alhambra, relative coexistence of Muslims, Christians, and Jews. Later, Al-Andalus fragmented into smaller kingdoms, taifas, weakening Muslim power. 5. The Reconquista, 8th to 15th century. Christian kingdoms in northern Spain, Castile, Aragon, Leon, and Navarre, slowly expanded southward. This long process, known as the Reconquista, lasted nearly 800 years. Key moments: capture of Toledo in 1085, Battle of Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212, gradual decline of Muslim rule. The Reconquista ended in 1492 with the fall of Granada, the last Muslim kingdom. 6. Unification and the Catholic monarchs. The marriage of Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella of Castile united Spain politically. Their reign marked centralization of power, establishment of the Spanish Inquisition, forced conversion or expulsion of Jews and Muslims, strengthening of Catholic identity. 7. Age of Exploration and the Spanish Empire, 16th century. In 1492, Christopher Columbus reached the Americas under Spanish sponsorship. Spain soon built one of the largest empires in history, controlling territories in the Americas, Africa, Asia, the Philippines. Spain gained enormous wealth from gold and silver, becoming the dominant European power. This era produced a global Spanish language, spread of Christianity, cultural exchange, and exploitation of indigenous peoples. 8. Decline of Spanish power, 17th century. Despite its wealth, Spain declined due to endless wars, inflation from American silver, weak rulers, and economic mismanagement. The War of Spanish Succession, 1701 to 1714, ended with the Bourbon dynasty taking power, reshaping Spain's monarchy and administration. 9. Napoleonic invasion and 19th century turmoil. In 1808, Napoleon invaded Spain, sparking the Peninsular War. Spanish resistance helped inspire independence movements in Latin America. During the 19th century, Spain lost most of its colonies, faced civil wars, Carlist wars, struggled with constitutional reforms, and industrialized unevenly. 10. The Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939. Political polarization led to a brutal civil war between Republicans, left-wing groups, and nationalists led by Francisco Franco. Franco's victory established a dictatorship marked by repression, censorship, and isolation from Europe. 11. Franco dictatorship, 1939 to 1975. Franco ruled Spain for nearly 40 years. While early years were harsh, later decades saw economic growth, tourism development, limited modernization. However, political freedoms remained restricted. 12. Democratic transition and modern Spain. After Franco's death in 1975, Spain transitioned peacefully to democracy. A 1978 constitution established a constitutional monarchy. Regional autonomy was granted to areas like Catalonia and the Basque Country. Spain joined the European Union in 1986, becoming a modern democratic state. Spain's history is defined by diversity, conflict, creativity, and resilience. From Roman roads to Islamic scholarship, from global empire to modern democracy, Spain's past continues to shape its culture, language, and identity today.